Hi everyone, welcome to Techpoint Ask Me Anything. My name is Adewale Yusuf. I'm the publisher at Techpoint.ng. With me there, I have my partner.
Hi everyone, I'm Muiwa Matuluko, Editor-in-Chief, Co-founder, TechPoint.
So today we are using instead of introducing and interviewing guests, we are going to be your guest today. You have the chance of asking us anything. The entire team is on ground. They will do the introduction now. So
I'm Projects and Talent Manager at Techpoint. Hi everyone, my name is Oluwabumi Akinyemi. I'm Projects and Talent Manager at Techpoint. Thank you for joining us.
Hello everyone, my name is Toby Deli, Head of Business Development at Techpoint.
Hi everyone, my name is Akwamde Nifemi, Head of Events and Partnership at Techpoint.ng.
Hi guys, good morning. I am Victor Ekwalo. I am Managing Editor and Writer at Techpoint. Welcome.
Hello guys, my name is Titilola Oludimo. I'm Social Media Manager here at Techpoint.ng. Welcome.
Hi everyone, I'm Odufo Olusegun. I'm the Senior Developer at Techpoint.ng. Welcome.
Hi everyone, I'm Raphael Prince. I'm a software developer intern at Techpoint.ng.
Hi everyone, my name is Ifeanyi Jemilose. I'm a startup correspondent at Techpoint and I'm also a writer as well.
Hi everyone, my name is Grace Akinyoshima and I write about startups at Techpoint.ng.
Hello everyone, my name is Onye Uche and I am a writer at Techpoint.ng. Thank you for joining us.
Okay, a little about Techpoint. Techpoint we launched in 2015, when people were doing Happy New Year, we went live. So what we do is simple. We simplify technology, information, and we give people news. We break it down how to actually relate with technology and inform you what is going on, how you can do, and we do entrepreneurship. We give information on entrepreneurship, how you can build a business, how you can build a startup, the emerging startup ecosystem in Nigeria. And I'm very careful with the word when I say startup ecosystem, not tech ecosystem, because they are two different things entirely. And so we take you close to people doing things, to a lot of people, to local players. We don't really give information. We don't do much of foreign startup scene, because we believe we could actually tell a story that's very close to us. And over years, for more than 2 years now, that's what we've been doing. Last year we went to the north to look at the startup scene there. We went to Abuja, Kaduna, and Jos, just to report the startup scene and the innovations going on there, the amazing people doing wonderful things. And this year again, we are going to South and Southeast with Port Harcourt, right? Port Harcourt,
Yeah.
Anambra,
Uyo,
and Abia. So those are places we are going this time, and this time we want to get to know what people are doing, how they are actually, how they are changing the market, and what they are trying to change. So,
okay, so I think we'll just go straight to the questions, eh?
yes, we'll go straight to the questions.
The first question we got, Benjamin Chooks asked, how many persons make up the team, and how do you share responsibilities? Okay, so do I answer that, or you want to answer that?
Yeah, I think you can. And
okay,
before you do that,
yeah.
I need to recognize some guys as well, because they didn't have the opportunity to introduce themselves. This video that we are actually streaming now, there are some guys behind it. We have Emmanuel Gunshola. He is the head of production. I'm sorry we won't be able to see him. And we have Benga Irantiola. So they are the one putting this together. And we have Damola as well. Damola is so they are trying to stream this. So let's jump straight into the
Okay,
question.
so again, Benjamin Chooks asked, how many persons make up the team, and how do you share responsibilities? So right now we are about 15, and we have, if I'm not mistaken, 4 departments.
Yes.
So we have the admin, we have the editorial, we have the production, and we have the development team.
So we have 5. And the
Is that
events
5?
department.
Oh yeah, 5, yeah, events. So the editorial team obviously is the biggest of all of them. There are 6 people in the editorial team. Other departments have 2, 3 people, but essentially that's how we share responsibilities. Of course, over the years it grew from there. There was nothing like that in the beginning. Everybody did everything, and still sort of like that way, because we're a startup. So everybody still tends to dabble in other stuff. But yeah, we do share responsibilities in that way.
So beyond the startup team, we have the beyond the editorial. Again, we have the admin. Admin, they are the one that make sure everything goes right, and the business as well. So everybody can be happy at the end of the month and smile home. And we have the developers team. There is actually an emerging team now. We're just starting not long ago. So we have 2 guys there that do all the development, because there are a lot of things we are working behind the scene, and why the site is actually faster and make it comfortable. Then we have the production team. Production team, they are the one in charge of videos, photography.
Yeah, the guys you can't see now.
Yeah, they are the guys you can't see. You won't see them anytime soon. I know, because they are always behind the scene. But they are the ones.
We can get them to introduce themselves at the end of everything, I guess.
So,
okay.
So they are the ones, and we have event, which is Nifemi is in charge of that. He heads that department. For example, our Inspired that we had May 29th, on May 29th. Yeah. So putting that together, and we have other events coming up, like the tour as well, that we are going to Southeast and South. So that's what those departments, what they are into.
Okay, Benjamin Moses, 2 Benjamins. So Benjamin Moses asked, it's clear that Techpoint didn't just happen by chance. You guys did set out to build a business or startup from the onset. Is Techpoint profitable at the moment?
Okay, so
I think you answered that. Yeah.
Techpoint didn't happen by chance. It was a plan. We actually looked at the market that there was something missing, and so what we did was for example, we launched in January 2015. But for 2 months, we built content. So it's a strategy, a content that will actually last for a month before we went to the market. So we knew, I tell people there are 2 ways. You need to know if you're building a company or a personal stuff. Although we didn't prepare for the growth. Because I remember how server used to crash, because we were on GoDaddy. We started with GoDaddy, then the server will be crashing when we did one story. And there are a lot of things we'll learn on this. So about profitability, we are not currently profitable. We are actually a startup, you understand? And what we are doing, Nigerian market is actually a different market. And African market entirely is a unique and different market. So there's no much money throwing everywhere, no 30 billion flying anywhere, you understand? But what we did was, for a long time, we were trying to learn the rope. We are trying to understand this market, because we discovered that knowledge and information is key and important to this market. So we are not profitable yet, but we are looking at profitability very soon. But at least we are not doing bad with our revenue as well.
Yeah, definitely.
I can say that.
Okay, I hope that answers this question. Sonny Oluwatosin asked, how do you check the market's acceptability and viability of an idea? That's a general question. It's not very Techpoint specific.
Okay, it's not really a Techpoint question, but I mean, let me look at our own. Our one acceptability is very simple. A story. There was one time for example, we entered the market and we did something. This Jobberman's office store that we did, and I just noticed the server was just crashing. When we published that story, the server was crashing. We would troubleshoot, do everything, and for the first time, so again, if you look at our interviews, we do a lot of pictorial. So again, we now discovered that I now went for social media with 2015. I could remember we were there together, and the first person I said, I saw said, "I love your picture." The second person said, I love your picture, I love Techpoint picture. And I just discovered that for the first time, the people could actually see the people behind startups. You understand? People could see office spaces of startup, and people will write comment like, "Oh, I didn't know Jobberman is not a bot. I didn't know there are humans behind that." So the acceptability we just discovered. Oh, okay. There's a market for this. There's a information gap that people need to know, and the viability. I don't really have more to say about that.
But just to add to what he's saying, you know, when you have an idea, I think you should just start anyway.
Yeah.
So the good thing about working on ideas these days is that because of the internet,
Yeah.
you can you can test ideas at zero risk, like low cost. So for example, I always remember the example that Mark Essen gave when he was testing out hotels.ng.
Yes.
He said he just bought the domain and he was just listing hotels randomly. And then because of the search traffic he was seeing all the time, he saw that people were actually interested. So that's how he tested it. No cost, zero cost. The only cost was buying the domain and hosting on one small platform. So when you have an idea, just try it out. Then you will get feedback.
Yeah,
definitely.
And another thing I like to tell people and I've seen is actually try it, start it, iterate. You understand? Be open-minded, and don't be too emotional. You understand? Because sometimes people think, people look at the idea or the way they do things that everybody should accept it. You understand?
Yeah,
They
exactly.
can't love your idea like you like it, or out there it is to your heart. So all you need to do is just start it, be open to it, and keep iterating. I mean, you won't know how many 8 mails, how many 8 messages we got when we started, and people were saying, oh, you enter a saturated market, you enter a crowded market, you guys are not going to last. Some people even said, okay, it's just 2 years plan for you guys to fade off because the people that started in the past. But you just be open-minded with it and just iterate. I think things really works out that way.
Okay.
Sometimes.
So Tijani Aliyu asked, how can technology developers and startup founders who live outside Lagos get funding for their startups?
I think for me, those people start with family and friends.
Yeah.
I mean, funding outside Lagos. See, when we look at the funding market, it's actually everywhere. It's not just only Lagos. It's just that Lagos is a commercial place where everybody can actually access a lot of numbers, and you can have numbers to show to people, and people are around sometimes. So if you have a unique solution and you're actually running it and you're actually getting numbers, because it's actually about numbers at the end of the day. What's your market size? How many people? What can you actually seize? How many people can you reach at your time? And what's the numbers you are getting? When I say numbers, I mean the money. I need the cash, the revenue. So we can't give the direct answer of that. I think we actually debated it before. So, but just keep doing it, keep sending it, keep talking about your startup, your dreams, and even just stay where you are as well. When there is the events in Lagos, investors meet up where they are going to be, come to Lagos, pitch. It's not just Lagos. People, even startups in Lagos, they are going outside Lagos, outside Nigeria to go and look for funding.
Yeah. Okay, so Oloyede Akinbade said, do you recruit in Techpoint? I have never come across any. That's not true. We recruit at least January, December. We called like some of the people who are on the team now joined in after we called for applications in December. Before that, I think we called for applications in June, like 3 or 4 times that we have called for applications. But of course, it's a mix of both. So sometimes we do public recruitment, and other times we more of like a referral basis or something like that.
I mean,
you have to understand that we're not a big company, so we can't just be calling out for applications and we can't do it. We're a startup, so we do it the way it works for us. Definitely. I hope that answers your question.
Yes, and the way we recruit is actually different.
Yeah.
We don't do the normal traditional CV, send your CV, you must have these skills, you must have 10 years experience, all those things. Our own is actually subtle, and but from there we look at the smartest people, we look at the brilliant people to actually work with us, because we are a small team. Everybody needs to multitask, and people need to know how to deliver things with minimal supervision.
Okay. Simon Kalu said, you guys don't come to PH for interviews. tech is hot here as well. You can interview me, a senior software.
You can interview me.
Okay, that's not true. Okay, first of all, again, remember that we're a startup. We're not Channels TV that can go everywhere. So we are based in Lagos. We do our best, but we do go around. Last year, we went to the north. We went to Abuja, Kaduna, and Jos. This year, we are coming to Port Harcourt in November. So Port Harcourt, Uyo, Abia, and where's the last place?
Abia and Anambra.
Anambra. So we can only do what we can do. Yes, we will try our best. We know it's our job to, we believe that this whole startup ecosystem is not just within Lagos. So, but we can only do what we can do right now, which is making the effort. So watch out for us in November. We're coming to Port Harcourt in November. So just watch
out. This question said Victor Adatsi. I think that's the Ghanaian name. He said you guys should organize a conference in Ghana. I mean, last year we actually went to Tamale. Tamale is actually in the northern Ghana.
To be more specific, Chereponi.
And Chereponi is actually like is actually 6 hours drive from Tamale. Tamale is actually an hour 30 minutes flight from Accra. So, and later we organized just a little meetup, although we were a bit disappointed with the turnout, but we are still coming to Ghana. We are going to organize one of our conference in Ghana very soon. But I mean, we are really coming to Ghana, and we are looking for opportunities in Ghana as well, and we are looking at the ecosystem and all the plans. I mean, what we are reading is currently impressive, and we want to be part of that with you guys.
Okay, this next question, I don't know if maybe someone from the team should answer it. Okay. Someone said, do you charge, that's image boosters. They said, do you charge startups to pitch their startup on your platform? I want Grace to answer that. Can Grace please help us answer that question? It says, do you charge startups to pitch their startup on your platform? Grace is our startup reporter. She will answer the question.
If I...
She handles that. So Grace.
Okay, so we don't charge the startups we pitch on Techpoint. If you have a startup and you think it's something what's been featured on Techpoint, you just have to go to the site, and on one of the tabs you would see pitch your startup. Click on it and pitch. Be sure to fill in your necessary details and every information, and that's just it. You'll be featured. So it's part of our contribution to supporting the startup community in Nigeria. Thank you.
All right, thanks for clearing that, Grace. Next question, Olani Adeosho. He says Techpoint doing well and always on point, but some of your writers need to improve on their English structure. Okay, thanks for that feedback. We note it, we are aware of it, we are working on it. No one is perfect, right? But one thing that is very important about what we do at Techpoint is that we appreciate passion over attitude, passion over talent. Why talent is very important, very, very important. We believe that people who have the passion will learn when you show them how to do it. So we are definitely working on that. I can tell you that months ago compared to now is very different. Yeah. So you will see some improvements. Thanks for the feedback.
And sometimes when it comes to structure, you should know that our narrative is simple. We simplify technology sometimes because people we are actually reaching out to, sometimes we try not to use big grammars and co because we reach out to people from different remote areas in Nigeria to remote areas in Nigeria. So, but really we are working on everything. We're really doing that.
Thanks. You want to read the next question? Okay. Medugu son, they said, very true, your images. Oh, he's commenting about something you said. A comment. Yeah. Your images and visuals make you stand out. Yeah. Thank you, Medugu. Then Emmanuel Ede. Is it Ede or Ede? I hope I'm not.
Ede.
He says, how do you convince the mass market to adopt your technology? The informal economy is about 66% of Nigeria's economy. So inevitably, if tech is going to make a difference, we have to bring these guys into the fold. How do you do that with all the educational and infrastructural barriers that abound? Right off the top of my head, I will say that one of the problems I find, so people think the problem is with adoption of technology. It's not necessarily so. I think a lot of the times people are trying to solve problems that don't exist, or they are creating solutions that are looking for problems. So, like what Wale said the other time, he said sometimes the idea you have, you think is great, but people that you think you're building it for don't care about it. So what I find is that many people are building things that people don't even need. People that need things that people need. Was it Victor Asemota that said that thing? The jollof rice test.
Yes.
This is a very exaggerated, but he made a point. He said that if people people have to need your solution as much as they want jollof rice. So, for example, a good example is: are you aware that the color tunes industry, ringback tone industry, is a $1 billion industry in Nigeria? MTN and all those guys that sell color tunes, and whether it's your akara seller or the one that doesn't know how to read, they are using technology. They are buying color tunes. They are paying 15 naira every month to get color tunes. They are making money. Are you also aware that the USSD codes, like for example, GT's Bank's 737, do you know how many people are using it? People that don't know anything about technology, but they understand USSD code. Yeah. So let's not try to create solutions that are like cool, maybe in the US context. Actually solving real problems. That's the only way that your solutions can reach the mass market. When you are solving real problems that people care about. And the technology is just the enabler. You have to see it as the enabler, not as the core of the solution. Yes. That's the only way you can.
And another thing I think we all need to look at when it comes to technology is sometimes we look at the numbers. Nigeria is 2 million people. Exactly. And when we want to build solution, we are thinking of building another Facebook. We are thinking of doing another Alibaba, another Amazon. Sometimes it doesn't work that way. It's actually about solution. You will be amazed at what solution that people actually use. Something that is simple. For example, Facebook now, they're using Facebook Basic to reach other people from different regions. Yeah. And when we went to Kaduna, when we went to Jos, we see adverts in...
Yeah. Was it in Jos? I think it was in Abuja. I went to a remote part of Abuja. Yes. There was a billboard, Facebook billboard in Hausa.
And even BBC, they started pidgin. Sometimes you need to know what people are looking for and meet the demand. Sometimes we just create technology solution for the sake of it. You understand? Payment is still a big pain in Nigeria, thanks to some startups that are trying to solve that. But there are still ways people can't just pay. Mobile money is not working in Nigeria for some reasons. So we need to just look at the problem, and technology is actually to solve the immediate problem of people. And if you can solve the problem for people, people will definitely pay.
Definitely.
So,
yeah. Okay, Tommy Singh Generola said, you guys are doing a great job. How do we get young kids interested in tech?
I think we need to talk to
Onye should answer that.
She's in charge of
education. So Onye is in charge of education, and I think she will have some interesting insight on that. So let me repeat the question. How do you get young kids interested in tech? Onye? Yeah, interested in tech.
Kids go to boot camps, tech camps and all of that. So I think we fix the schools, teach children in more exciting ways, and then parents should do their part too. Thank you.
All right, thanks Onye for clearing that. Next question.
What's the next
Jerome Ikechukwu said, how do you get the best business advisors on your team, owing the fact that most investors look at work experience of team members? This is really challenging for startups who are still new to the tech ecosystem.
I think, when it comes to advisors and these things, there's something I was discussing with someone yesterday, like sometimes because of money or stuff, or the other part, you as a startup, you just look at this investor, you look at this advisor, you are not even looking at their portfolio. For me, I review people's portfolio. Even if you want to invest in what we do, we need to look at your portfolio. If you have something similar to us on your portfolio, why haven't you turned it around? And you think it's us that you want to turn around. So Sometimes people run around for business advisors. See, there are a lot of people you can reach online. There are a lot of people that can advise you. It's not everything that people advise you that you take in. Sometimes you need to know that this is for me, this is not for me. And anybody, advisors, I mean, when these guys, I think the way it's structured is, this can actually be for the board members, advisor, maybe non-executive or executive advisor. But one thing you should know is, what are those people actually doing currently? What have they done? For example, last year we had a very big challenge and a decision to make, because someone wanted to advise us, and it showed us a lot of prospects. But this person, when we look at the portfolio, the person has drawn B2B. So you look at it, does this person have the capacity to see B2C, which consumer and which comes first before anything, before the profit? So you need to look at those people. You need to examine the people you take your advice to advise you sometimes. Do you have anything to add to that?
So I think part of what he was even also trying to find out is, how do you get them? Like, maybe how do you attract them? The fact is, you should not start out thinking about that. You should just do your best, like do awesome stuff, and then people will find you out.
Exactly.
That's actually how
you need to
we are
do
testament to
awesome
that.
stuff. Yeah. A lot of people have walked in here just like, we like what you're doing. If you need anything, let me know. And you actually have the opportunity to select. But the first thing, just focus, because when you're starting, I keep telling people don't actually work on idea with you. People work on product with you. The right people actually, they will come for product when you have something solid. But for your idea stage, anything you're doing, just focus, iterate, focus, and make sure you're passionate about what you're doing, because every other thing is going to fade out. So
okay. So Oluyede Akinbami, he says, I have a startup, and honestly, getting investors has been challenging. Written more than 14 proposals, and they are still not running up. Done my research, and it's going to get Jumia Food running for their money, because it's obvious they want to dominate every possible startup in Nigeria. And my team and I have spent quite an amount on the project. My fear is that investors could also steal those ideas. Why are you building with investors in mind? Why? That's the only thing I have to say. Why are you not first trying to solve the problem? Why are you looking for investors now?
See, I keep telling people that the sad reality of things in Nigeria is the investors are not on that street. I mean, like, it's not like you just can go around Yaba now. Our office is Yaba, and just meet one investor, 10 investors, and you just walk into people's offices. No, sometimes it doesn't work like that. So now that we know the reality, that money is not on the road, and it's not everybody that Y Combinator 500 startup, tech starts will fund. So start first in a lean way. I mean, it's lean. We had opportunity for you. Later, the investor came to meet us and stuff. But start in a lean way, and make sure, I always tell people, make sure you are running a company that you can actually, without anyone, you can run yourself.
Yeah.
Because you need to start to be everything first before you go into people. So why would an investor even come and just throw money on the idea in the first place? And trust me, anybody that even come at that stage, they want to own 70% and you own 30%.
1 million for 60%. Don't do it.
So sometimes just...
A wise person said something one time. He said, if you are running a business and you don't have enough runway to, if you can't generate enough to keep you going for the next 3 months at each time, then you should not be doing a business. Because even the investor, when he comes in, is like, he wants to see, not necessarily that you are profitable, but there's prospect there. So I don't think you should start by looking for investors. Please.
And
you say your idea is going to give Jumia Food a run for the money. Work on it, test it out,
and just pitch it on Techpoint.
Exactly. Pitch it to Techpoint startup.
The form, we'll take it from here. And see, if you actually have something that strong, trust me, Jumia Food that you said you will give a run for their money, they will come looking for you, because everybody know the competitors.
Okay, so Emmanuel Jimmy says, hello team, what's the best advice for an aspiring entrepreneur who finds difficulty in successfully sourcing resources to start up an idea? Do you suggest relocation to another country, as that is always the solution for a lot of programmers particularly? Who can answer that question?
So let me start with that. Aspiring entrepreneur. See, every one of us in this country. I mean, if you have opportunity to relocate, maybe you have a nice place, you can go. But one thing you should know is any country you are going, you are not going to be a first citizen. You are not going to be a Nigerian. You understand? You are just going to be an African. One thing you should know: every economy provides for its own first.
Yeah.
So no, what you can run here, what gives you assurance that you are going to start it off big here? But you have a larger, bigger opportunity here. So what I always tell people is, if you want to start something, if you have an idea, there's no two way to it. You have to start. You have to jump. Sometimes you need people to push you to jump. You understand? But everybody have to jump. You just have to start and do it. And you have to learn on it. You have to iterate. You have to learn because sometimes when people look at failure, you know, the way all these are inspired to aspire to motivate us, all these motivators now, the way they are doing, they are making failure is okay, failure is okay. I always tell people that failure is okay until you are the one that failed. But one thing you should know about failure is you don't need everything to fail before you realize it. Make every project a step at a time. Know what fails. You understand? When it comes to failure, it's a step at a time. We started some department this year at Techpoint, and we've shut down some because we know they were not going to work. And we won't be able to do that until you start. So it's not a very smooth road, but just start. As an entrepreneur, it's a risk. Just start. Jump. That's what I always tell people.
Yeah, definitely. Chika James, kudos Techpoints. You guys are awesome. You rock. Thank you. Taslim Okunola says, great work you guys are doing. As a startup that writes about other startups, we see less of your stories. Can you tell us about your recent winnings, like funding?
So one thing I try to tell people when it comes to story, we are story retellers.
Yeah.
We are not the story. So what we do is we just take the backstage and let celebrate people, the celebrities going on. So we are storytellers, and sometimes we'll try and do what we are doing now. I'm not promising it's going to be often. You understand? But one thing you should know, it's not really about us.
Yeah.
You understand? It's about you. It's about the solution you are working on. It's about your company. It's about those are the story. Because the moment we become the story ourselves, then there are a lot of issues. So we shouldn't do that. And we try to encourage ourselves not to even do that.
Yeah.
So we are not that.
Okay. Abdul Fattah Sonny says, Techpoints doesn't display ads like other tech blogs. What is your revenue model? We display ads. Okay, not as we do it responsibly.
Yeah.
Very responsibly. So just leaderboard, sidebar. Yes. But aside ads, we make money from other things. So one area we are working on is events. Yeah. We generate money. We are looking to generate money from events. Which other one?
And when when we say events, we are not just doing not our own events, even to cover people's events, to help you with your event. If you have a tech event, we can actually do some coverage for you on that. Yeah. So those are actually one of our revenue models. And when it comes to ad, one thing you should know is our audience are different from every other audience. They are smart people. You guys online now, we know you are smart people. You understand? So why, out of your daily time, why are we going to serve you something that is going to distract you? And we have loyal audience, so we just don't. So we just try not to get ourselves to. We just get ourselves not to distract people. So.
Okay. Moloku Victor says, great work guys you guys are doing. I'm a non-tech person who is using tips and stuff I learned from tech site like yours to build my online perfume store. Nice. Hope I will be featured on Techpoint status. Definitely. Again, when you go to our site, the menu on top, you see pitch your startup, fill the form, and then we will profile you for our audience. But what I would advise is that, you see, don't be in a hurry for coverage. So maybe wait till you have something really interesting that is going on. Like we've had people pitch to us that their site was not even ready. and they're expecting us to profile and send people there, or the site is not, is just make sure that it's the right time before you ask pitch to us, please. Very important.
And another thing you should know is whenever you want to pitch as well, make sure your site is ready and it has some capacity, because we feature a lot of startups that the moment we feature them like this, after some click through to their site, the site just crashed. A lot of sites just crashed. So what we are trying to tell people is just don't stop. Make sure you have enough capacity, works on your technology, work on your solution, and make sure everything is awesome before you reach out.
Okay, Tommy Singh Generola says, as a follow-up, even if kids, okay, I think she's following up to Onye again. Even if kids are interested in tech, how do we give them the equipment? Not every school is equipped with up-to-date computers. I don't know if that's a question that we can answer.
Yeah, the computer giving
equipment to schools. I know, for example, I know. Okay, was it Titi that worked on that story, the Eco project?
Yes.
Yeah, I believe it was Titi.
Yes. So I think Titi will
maybe
say something
can give
on
us
that.
some.
But apart from that, one thing we've noticed is some companies that are trying to help now. You understand? And I think parents are waking up to actually support the students and their children to actually give them computer and access to what they call it, access to computer now. So a lot of companies are doing that. Recently, GIG that did an innovation of, and you know,
in Benin.
Yes, in Benin. A lot of people, there are a lot of co-working space, there are libraries coming up that are equipped with computers now. So what we are trying to do, a lot of companies are still coming to support, but you should know it's not going to be one person's effort. It's going to be everyone to join together and do that.
Yeah, Titi, so the person is asking equipment. How do you get equipment in schools? So I just wanted you to throw light on what, for example, Lagos State is doing.
Okay. Through their COP project, the Lagos State government has partnered with public schools or have donated technology gadgets like computers to schools, and they've partnered with other private companies to give these schools computers and other gadgets. So the government is actually doing something, and the private sector needs to meet them halfway so that things like this can be available for students in the states, in Lagos State and the whole of Nigeria. So more governments, governors and other public servants need to partner up with the private companies to make this happen. Thank you.
Thanks for clearing that, Titi. Okay, we have another question from Jerome Ikechukwu again. He says, you said mobile money is not working in Nigeria for some reasons. Your statement interests me. Can you tell us why it doesn't work? Conga Pay, for instance, is very beautiful, but no result to show. Look at M-Pesa in Kenya, and you will be marveled. Why is the case different here?
Okay, so this is a thing we've discovered. We are all working on this. I mean, I think when the bubble of mobile money started, I was actually into it. I mean, I remembered when Paga and Code launched some years ago, when they were just getting license from central bank then, just to do mobile money. But one thing people are, I mean, we still don't have this result or these numbers to prove all this. But one thing I've discovered is any market you are going into, every market is unique. And sometimes you should know Nigeria is cash first market. Currently, we heard that 2%, the card rate, the card use rate is just 2%. People will go to ATM and they will withdraw cash and go to the mall that have POS machine and still pay and be on a queue to pay. So you need to know the uniqueness of a market. The culture, when you're entering the market, is actually about culture. Kenya culture is actually different from Nigerian culture, and Ghana is different. We've tested all this market. We were in Kenya then until this market, until the dollars and naira issue, because we were using naira to fund Kenya then. So when you want to enter any market, you need to know their culture, because the culture actually influences the market. And one thing you should know about Nigeria, we are cash first. cards is working, we are one of the most banked. You understand? Even when the unbanked are so high, but people actually use banks here. So we don't have anything. Anything I'm telling you now is not like there are numbers that support it or facts, but they are just individual discovery. And I think very soon we are working on some article that actually will point us to why these things are not working.
Just to add to that, or to even clear it, I think a lot of the things surrounding mobile money was a lot of hype that we fell for. So two major things. Number one, even in Kenya where mobile money is so, I think it's 60% of all electronic transactions, right? But it's still only 1% of all transactions in the whole of Kenya. When Bob Colimo, CEO of Safaricom, that is behind the person, says their biggest competitor is cash. Cash. He didn't call another mobile money platform. Cash is their biggest. So even in Kenya, where all the hype is, it's still just 1% of all transactions. But yes, it's 60% of electronic. So then again, another issue is regulation. The CBN, because the way mobile money works in Kenya gives the power to the telco. But in Nigeria, the telcos don't have the power. It's the banks.
Yes.
CBN did it that way.
Yeah.
So I guess they were afraid. I don't know. We don't know. We can't really delve into that. But so many things around.
So sorry for coming through. So when you look at the markets like that, I mean, I really love Paga for what they did.
Yeah.
Because I was there, we were just into the tech, all this mobile money, then excitement. But I think they look at the market they were playing in, and they kind of pivoted into something different. They are doing agent now. When you go to all these stations, all these people, you will see people queue up just to recharge their DSTV. The same thing they can do on their mobile app and download Paga Hard. But agent will actually sit down in front of the laptop. The same thing you would do at your house, they will actually do it and collect cash from people. You understand? So you need to know your market and you need to address the market, which actually will help with the other guy talking about the market. You understand? The market is big, but you need to know how educated the market is. Apart from education, you need to know the culture on ground. When we went to Tamale in Ghana then, even people in remote places like Sheproning, they're actually using what they call it. They are using mobile money, Airtel and MTN mobile money. So, but it's not happening in Nigeria. Yeah. So sometimes the market is different. I think market actually predicts everything, and culture influence market, which is very important, and we are getting to learn that ourselves.
Okay, Emmanuel Ede, he says, the jollof rice test was a good one. Yeah, further to your point, with lean solutions that address a problem, do you think it's better to tailor that to the needs of everyone or just a section? For example, certain frameworks will be better suited to smartphones than low-cost phones. I think I know what your answer will be, but I'm interested in your insight. I'm not sure I get the question. But also, how do you go around the regulatory barriers that favor the institutions? E.g., in network-wide implementations, MTN is favored in payment solutions. Banks are favored, hence people like M-Pesa are hesitant to try to tailor themselves to Nigerian problems. I'm not sure I get the question, but that last part, M-Pesa is planning to come to Nigeria, by the way. They figure they will work on a partnership with existing telcos like MTN. I don't know how that's going to work. I even wrote an article when I said I doubt M-Pesa will pick up in Nigeria, but I'm not running the business, so I don't know. I'm not sure I get your other question. I don't know if you...
I really don't. But MTN is favored in payment solution is what I don't actually get clearly. Because don't look at about favoritism. What you need to look at is actually the subscriber and how smart every individual organizations are. Anything MTN is implementing there, you should know they have actually, most of them have been tested in like South Africa and co. So MTN, and they have like 45% of the market share, 45% of subscriber market share, telcos market share in Nigeria. So I don't know, I don't think it's favoritism, but I won't be able to say anything because I don't actually get the question is anything. But
okay. Jerry Mark Alfred.
Jerry MC Alfred is from Jos.
Okay, how does a social enterprise, how do social enterprises who are like more like an NGO gain traction and start making money? I'm not an expert, but in my experience, when we went to Ghana, we saw Maza.
Mazda.
The guys that do health transport. It's a social enterprise.
Yes.
And when they started, as at the time we checked last, they were not making any profits. But she had managed to gather personal funds, and then at the point she got grants.
She got grants after that.
To be honest, I don't know. I don't think I can answer that question. It's people like her and people like Shion Budget that can answer that question. I'm not an expert in that area.
But so, and one thing I noticed is, for example, like Shion Budget, they actually started a platform on its own. There's actually budget for business.
Yeah.
You understand? Yeah. So what they leave, budget itself is for grants. So they did not look at it like, okay, what if these grants? I don't know what the management were thinking then, but I knew they started budget to grant for business, which can actually analyze, help you with a lot of data because they have skills. I think they are one of the best people that actually do data and analytics in Nigeria now. They have Civic Hub now that they are trying to train people, trying to train journalists on data. So they have all these skill sets and they try to tailor it into another thing. But they have a lot of grants. Recently, not actually recently, I think this year, they got $3.2 million
in grants.
That's big, man.
Yeah.
So,
okay. Say Frank, I don't get. Anyway, been online for some time, then boom, someday you guys blowing up in my face with you making a point on tech. Well done, sirs and mass. Thank you, Say Frank. Emmanuel Jimmy again. We may have to skip your questions because other people can. But let me read. You said, "No, good one about the ads. The first day I got to Techpoint site, I was pleased with the site. Your service is uniquely selfless. Thank you again.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, Emmanuel. Chinedu, I don't want to pronounce his surname so I don't spoil it. No, don't try it. I appreciate you guys. I would like to ask which industry in Nigeria, from your experience, do you think that is lucrative or has high potential apart from oil and gas? I think if I wrote an article about why oil and gas is not the new tech, maybe you can answer that question. So Chinedu is asking, he said, which industry in Nigeria, from your experience, do you think that is lucrative or has high potential apart from oil and gas? Which in Nigeria?
Okay, so I think we've gotten to a stage where everybody tends to get it all confused. That was one point I was trying to make in the article. We look at each sector and we try to we try to compare them. It's wrong to actually try to make comparison between sectors. Okay, so the oil itself, the oil industry itself has been Nigeria's mainstay for a very long time, and we can also see that there's been some elements of tech in the oil sector. Okay, so it's wrong to now start pitching sectors with each other. Okay, so I feel that each sector has the potentials. Each industry has the potential to be the new tech or to be the new oil and gas. Rather, all you just need is just figure out how best to make it work for you. Figure out what areas that technology can play in it to make it big for you. So I guess that's it.
Okay. If I'm going to add to that, I would say one interesting area I'm seeing where technology a lot is agriculture. But like you said, I'll be careful about singling out one industry because every industry can be powered by tech.
Exactly. Yeah. And another thing is actually, I think fintech, a lot of people are trying to solve the payment solution. And I think they're using technology there as well because payment is so low.
So we are going to take only a few more questions before we, but okay. Mind you, Seth Frank again says, got any tips on how one can actively sell services online? Like Fiverr, but Fiverr ain't really working out for me. Those people without... Okay, and you said I should not mention Upwork. I was about to mention Upwork. So again, I'm not an expert. I've not done much freelancing online where I sell my services. But one thing I know, for example, I was very impressed when I went to Ilorin recently. And I spoke with some guys, and I found out that many guys in Ilorin are freelance writers for entrepreneur.com and platforms like that. They write and they make money. Wow. So people are making millions doing freelance writing. So it may not necessarily be about going to places like Upwork or Fiverr. maybe going to other places where, like, find whatever niche or service that you know you're good at. Maybe finding out where your services can be rendered. I don't have a good answer to that question, to be honest, because I don't think anybody has any answers. I don't have a good answer to that question. Does anybody want to say anything? Okay, Grace wants to say something. Okay, Grace has an answer to that question. Maybe Grace will help me here.
So
it's even a freelance writer. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, I can relate with what you're saying because in 2012 I actually tried out Fiverr, and what I noticed was the competition. Although I made $4, but I thought it was quite small. So what I think you should do, Fiverr, Upwork, Freelancer, they are all international platforms, so there's huge competition. So what you should do is cold call platforms. If you're really serious about it, cold call platforms, reach out to them, send emails. It's not easy to survive as a freelancer, so if you could cold call, maybe send 20 emails per day, just cold call platforms. Before you know it, people start referring you, and from there you could just hit it big. Thank you.
Thanks, Grace. Okay. Olabode says.
Olabode Odewale.
Yeah. Hello, guys. What program is on ground in Nigeria to integrate those into other fields of study who want to use tech to improve their fields but want to learn coding and who have no coding experience before? I think the perfect answer to that one is build.
Yes.
Do you want to answer it, or
I mean, so we are actually working on something. I think we can not unofficially announce it yet. The build we are working on. So Nifemi should be able to answer the plans for that.
Nifemi, you heard the question.
And now we are going to.
Should I repeat the question? It says, what provision is on ground in Nigeria to integrate those in other fields of study who want to use tech to improve their field but want to learn coding and who have no coding experience, or they just want to use tech anyway to improve their field?
So I think that was one of the reasons why we came about Techpoint Build. Techpoint Build is a collection of various people. We want to have an event where everybody, every sector that is having anything to do with technology in Nigeria can come together. So we're going to have people, even business developers, guys who are in technology line, who are coders, guys who are in accounting, guys all over, to just come together and see how we can solve certain problems in Nigeria as technology. So I think that's what Build is all about, really. And we should look forward to it next year, 2018.
All right, thanks, Nifemi. Yeah. So I think that's all we're going.
Yeah, the time. But just one last thing. I think someone was still asking about the PH. He said he missed it. I mean, we said we are coming to Port Harcourt
in November.
November. Our tour is actually an annual movement that every year we shut down the Lagos office, park ourselves in a bus, which this time is going to be more than a bus, and go to different region in Nigeria to discuss technology, to actually drop the fire for people, because I was really excited about what happened in Jos and Kaduna last time, because people are finding time, after we left, people are finding time to meet up, people that met during that time. So this time, we are going to South and Southeast. We are actually looking for support as well. We are looking for support of people from everywhere. If you want to sponsor us, if you want to be our partner, our location partner, if you are on this region and you want to support us, we are looking for all the support for the good of technology advancement in Nigeria. So we look for that. And to add to the build that we are actually working on, we are creating a platform where we want to bring non-tech investors, like entrepreneurs. Over time, we've had discussion with some people, and they're actually not into tech, but they had some money. These are entrepreneurs that made money from different fields, but just want to put some millions, you understand, on grant to support startups, to actually do seed investment in startup, maybe pre-seed or seed investment. So we are going to be collecting pitch. There are a lot of pitch that are going to happen. People are going to pitch during that event. It's going to happen in January. We are currently working on it. We are trying to get like 100 million naira commitment, and I think we are around 30 million now. That's a meeting. We are knocking people's door one by one. People that actually have money there, because we discover it's not everybody that Y Combinator will sponsor. At least they are actually doing a lot as well. 500 startups and Techstars. But we have people that can actually do some, that can take people, that can take some startup from where they are to the next stage. But we need to educate these people. So we are working with some interesting BC as well to actually understand the market, that we educate those people, and we are bringing lawyers, we are bringing salespeople as well. Because one thing I discover is I believe revenues are actually on the streets. Sometimes a lot of people focus on investment. I remember when we were even focusing on investment as well, and someone actually told us, someone actually said a lot of something terrible for us or to us. But that actually got us very angry, and we channel our energy into revenue. So there are a lot of salespeople. We just need some salespeople. I always tell people that, jokingly, I always say the best salespeople in Nigeria are the people that sell insurance. The reason being, in Nigeria, we always cover everything with the blood of Jesus, with this, and I'm sorry. But people will still sell insurance to people. You understand? Those Nigerians. So we are looking for those people. We want to make this event an avenue where people will come together, the lawyers will come together, they will educate the startups. These are things. People that won't be able to actually fund, have money to hire a lawyer or a law firm now, or the business people. So we want to bridge this gap, because that's actually what we do at Techpoint. We want to make everything together. We want to bring everybody together. And so with that, I think we will be rounding up this.
Thanks for spending the time with us. For all those that asked questions, hopefully we'll do this again some other time.
Some other time, maybe sometime next year. But another thing, another word we want to give you guys is we actually appreciate people that read Techpoint. There was actually a big platform recently that actually released an article, and there was big error there on a Flutter Wave. It said Flutter Wave raised $40 million. And this was actually a well-respected platform in the US. You understand? Until someone, after a month, someone actually now correct them that, oh, this is not right, this is not right. They raised 10 million. But one thing what I know is, if it's Techpoint reader, the moment we actually publish the article, they will correct us. So we respect the audience. We know our audience are the smart people. They are the best. You guys are the best people. And that's why we don't actually spam everywhere with ads. We respect your time, because we have this push notification, and we have more than 35,000 people on that whenever an article goes live, people actually receive that. And that actually encourages us, because we enter a lot of offices and we look at the people that actually read Techpoint. They are not just people. So they are not just people that don't have time or just want to waste their time. No, they are people, and we love the comment, we love the support, we love everything we get. Anywhere we go with Techpoint, people always tell us thank you, people. So we appreciate you. You are the best audience. Trust me, you are the best audience, and we appreciate you, and we are not taking this for granted. And the entire team, we would like to say thank you for reading Techpoint. You guys are really echoing it. Thank you for reading Techpoint again. And so next time when we will come with another awesome article, an awesome video, you would like the person we are interviewing next in October. It's actually going to be informative and exciting. Thank you so much.
Thanks.